And so 5G Networks was started in 2017 as a challenger telco to challenge Australia's wholesale telecommunications landscape, which has been stagnant for a while. Over the last 3 years, 5G Networks has scaled from the founding crew to a team of over 180 staff members across 18 different locations nationally. A number of large and small acquisitions have been made over the last 3 years. And importantly, for our discussion today, the Colo AU acquisition happened a little over 3 months ago, bringing in Colo AU's wholesale services business to really kickstart 5GN's transition into the wholesale market. But has been affected just like everywhere else in the world. And so we've seen a massive rise in bandwidth utilization across the entire backbone, but also a drop in bandwidth from certain customer elements as they themselves transition to a work from home or homeschooling and things like that. So it's been a really interesting time to watch how our network has performed, watch what's happened in our customers' day-to-day lives and how that's reflected in our network utilization and our capabilities as a whole. From a data center business perspective, we've had a number of really interesting cases where we've got customers who can't travel. So we've seen a really big uptick in assisting customers remotely at the data centers through our smart hand services, through massive bandwidth requirements and jumps through some of our larger enterprise customers, which is something that we're really lucky to have brought Adva along for our optical backbone, which has really given us, great opportunities in that space. But broadly, it's just been a change of everyone doing business, normally and traditionally to this digital centric landscape that we find ourselves in now. And so this was a project that really kicked off November last year, looking at how we could continue to scale with our customer demand for capacity, but as well allow us to be flexible in the way that we utilize capacity and not locking us into a single option to start with. And that's where we really started to look at our optical transport backbone, and that's where we got in touch with Adva in order to build a solution that would allow us to rapidly re-provision capacity based on changing needs. And so November, December last year, we put in process, this concept of our national backbone linking up the major states in Australia, as well as our first international location, which is Singapore. And so through this, with the Adva FSP 3000 platform, we have a lot of opportunity to be able to re-provision and reutilize capacity that we have to purchase once. However, customer demands and requirements will change multiple times over the lifespan of that capacity. And so with the FSP 3000 platform, we've picked up a very aggressive platform that allows us to handle 10 gig, 40 gig, 25 gig, 50 gig, 100 gig, any day of the week. It doesn't matter what the customer requirement is. We can change things to what the customer requires. Well, it's really important for us to work with a partner that understands what it's like to be a small business and understand what it's like to be, rapidly growing. And that's something I think that we secured perfectly with Adva. Through the Australian team, which is very strong, we've designed a solution, as you said, on the Open Fabric cards. And that has honestly just been probably one of the only network element devices that we've bought brand new that's worked out of the box, ticking, everything required for us without redesign or new software constantly. So it's been really unique and really good for us to have a platform going into COVID where it just works and it does everything that it's said it's designed to do. And so that's something that I think is really important for a small challenger telco. We don't have the time necessarily, or the internal engineering to sort of, hold a project for years and years on end until we get it right. And so getting it right from the start is obviously very important. And that's something that with Adva's, internal engineering, validating our designs for the optical backbone through to manufacturing, then through to, delivery and helping us get the first phase of our rollout online for our first 600 gig, which was really unique. And that's only been reaffirmed by our expansion of that backbone now to 2.4 terabit domestically.
TechCam.